Hey everyone, this is Brian from Digital Escapist Network with my series 5 Hours In. This is, of course, where after 5 to 10 hours of play, I give my first impressions, the good, the bad, and whether or not I'm likely to finish the game. So, again, not a review, just my initial impressions. Today, I'm going 5 hours in on Fallout 4, which, of course, I'm playing on the PS4. So far, this game is a blast and takes me back to everything I loved about Fallout 3. It does have several improvements, one of which is the combat. For me, at least, aiming and shooting in the last game was a chore. Um, but now it is actually quite fun. VATS seems the same, but now actually seems a little bit easier to select different targets, something I had a problem with in the past game. The perk system is interesting. It does have its flaws, which I'll probably just mention here and talk about more in depth during the Digital Escapist Network Fallout 4 review. The missions are fun, engaging, and really do feel rewarding. Probably the most fun I'm having, though, is actually breaking down and building up my settlement. I never thought I would have so much fun doing that. I've spent probably 2 hours of my 5 hours in messing around in my town. Many of the build options require a certain perk level, so I haven't fully explored all there is to do in the town building. But really, I can't wait. Finally, I love the fact that you can collect anything and everything on your missions, on your adventuring, and that you can instantly move. Once you get back to like one of your settlements, you can instantly move all of your junk to a workbench and store it there, and there's no limit to the storage. Then, even better, the crafting system will automatically use that junk when you go to craft items. So you don't have to break down all these little items. You can break down the items, but you don't have to break down the junk items for things like glass and wires and metal and all that. The crafting system automatically knows what components you have based on the junk you have and does that for you. That's just fantastic, especially for me because I love just going around and picking everything up. And in the last game, you just couldn't do that. Well, now for the bad. This is a typical Bethesda game, both good and bad. The bugs, glitches, screen pops, screen tears, etc. are numerous and constant. For example, creatures or enemies spawning in the middle of tables, trees, etc. Walls with screen tears, entire rooms that appear completely empty from the doorway until you actually walk in the room. Coming out of vats and being in a completely different place than where you were when you entered into vats. Also, I feel that the way that Bethesda advertised the perk system and the way that it actually works is not the same, which, like I said, I'll talk about more in the actual review we do. All this stuff really, actually, though, isn't that big of a deal to me because, like I said before, it's a typical Bethesda game. I've played the Bethesda games before. I kind of knew what to expect. Sometimes I feel that the big boys get a pass on this stuff where people like to crucify the indie studios kind of for the same stuff that goes on. I don't know. Anyway, love the game. Can't wait to finish it all the way through. This is Brian, Digital Escapist Network, going 5 hours in on Fallout 4. And remember to like, share, and subscribe.